All right, I'm about to talk about an ongoing issue. It's nothing new. Baby mama and baby daddy relationship drama, and something that's been going on for the longest. You have people butting heads, the mothers and the fathers, talking about, how she can't stand the father of her kids or he can't stand the mother of his kids. It's a lot of head butting, punching back and forth. See it on the internet, in comments on YouTube channels and on websites, all over Instagram. Just mothers and fathers going back and forth at each other, don't like each other. Very toxic situation. And the drama definitely isn't good for the kids that they have with each other, kid or kids, however many. And they grow up seeing that and sometimes end up repeating the same generational issues, and they come up with the same drama once they old enough to date and become parents themselves. And so it doesn't get broken. And so many people out here, things were cool before the baby came. Even though those issues were still there, I think people were more focused on the positive parts of that person that they attracted versus the negative things that show themselves. But I don't think they really became magnified where they became the elephant in the room until after the baby comes, because the baby causes the mother and the father to lock in a different way in terms of now you got a life that you're responsible for, and so you lock in differently. And so now you're looking at more responsibilities to come from both sides in terms of what's expected. And then I think that's where more of those negative aspects of that person start to really show themselves that you kind of ignored before the baby came because it was just about you two. Now it's about you three. And that could bring up a lot of drama, as we all see going on today. You see men and women making their own personal videos about their situation, whether it be on child support, and the dad's complaining or the mom complaining he's not helping out enough, not getting enough money, all types of issues. And they go on TikTok and Instagram and make 1 minute, 2 minute videos about their situation. So you got a lot of people out here that's not happy with their situation, and it just creates a lot of toxic situations. And so one of those things that comes up is also the whole blended family thing. And I'm going to read a little bit from this article here. And it says, let's be clear, blended families, this is not new. And like I said, we see it talked about on the internet. And people believe that even older people didn't have families on the side that people didn't know about until they got older. None of this is new. The whole co-parenting thing, and it didn't start with the millennial generation, which is the one I'm part of, people born 1981 to 1997. It's just inheriting, I think, just generational trauma with the whole relationship scene. And now you even see it starting to show with Generation Z. And those are people born 1998 to 2013. It's an ongoing issue and it still hasn't been fixed. And so I know this article also talks about 4 things to look for to try and correct drama with baby moms and baby dads. And here's some of the steps here. Find out why there is drama. Step one. Step two, get a better understanding of the dynamic, whoever you're with, what they're about. Step three, try and create respect and boundaries. And then you got step four, create trust with the person who you're with. And those are all good things, logical things to do. But I think it's easier said than done because you just have people that at this point resent who they have a child with. They can't stand that person now at this point in time, and they just feel that maybe they could have done better. Maybe they wish if they could get a do over, they could choose a different parent. But out of all of this, you still attract you. And I've told fathers, you are your baby mama, and your baby mama is you. I've told mothers, you are your baby daddy, and your baby daddy is you. And then they've gotten upset with me like they got a child with me. But I'm saying, no, all of that positive stuff that you attracted with that person, you also attracted the negative stuff too, because that's also what you're dealing with. However you approach an issue, it may not be the same issue. Maybe the person you're with, their issue is gambling, your issue is insecurity, but you all both have trauma and you all try and work it out the same incorrect way. And that's what's attracting you, not because, okay, I don't have a gambling issue, I'm not insecure, but it's just the trauma around it and the issues on how you all don't know how to attack it and actually fix it. That's the hurt that attracts you to that person, the positive stuff and the negative stuff. And so it's no accident that that name that's on that birth certificate that you have is there. It's no accident. The universe doesn't work like that. It is a lesson, but you signed your name on that certificate, and that other person whose name is next to yours for that child, it's no accident at all. And this is actually how it was supposed to be. Now the next thing is for baby moms and baby dads to learn the lesson. The lesson is you. Everything that you complaining about that you're now seeing with your baby mama or your baby daddy, that's reflecting back on you and what you need to work on. Use that as a mirror. Zoe Williams, he has a YouTube channel called Zoe What Show. He talks about relationship being a mirror and being a classroom. That's all relationships are built for, is to help you better yourself. But we don't look at relationships in terms of bettering ourselves. We looking at the other person and what they're doing wrong, and then trying to figure out how we can attract better. But all you're going to do is attract yourself if you don't learn what this person is showing you. And then the child just magnifies all of those issues. And so now you all are trying to do this whole co-parenting thing, but the part you're leaving out on both sides, the father and the mother, is the shadow work, the internal work that everybody has to do, whether you have a child or not. What I mean by shadow work is this here, where you have to get into all of your emotions, your fears, desires, everything that you may be pushing down, that you kind of put to the side or swept under the rug when you met this person. So you come off in a different light, possibly, wearing a mask, your representative. But these things don't go anywhere and they stay locked down as you continue to go through this relationship. And you even have people who, if one of the other person brings it up, they'll stop them dead in their tracks and say that you're not here for that. Don't bring that up. That's none of your business. But it's them same issues that keeps the relationship at a standstill, and so it can't grow. It doesn't go anywhere. And now having this baby just complicates things even more, because now these issues are going to start bubbling back to the surface. Stuff that you was dealing with before you all even attracted each other. And so not only, like I said, do you get attracted to the positive things about that person, the hurt also connected baby mama and baby daddy together. Whatever you seeing in that person triggers something in you, and then I think when people see that, they kind of get a disgusted feeling about, how did I even have a baby with this person? You had the baby with the person because that person is you. You are them and they are you. This is how the universe works. So to all the complaining and saying my baby daddy is struggling, he may be, or my baby mama is a nag, she may be, but that's all you. And even if you're not together anymore, you got to do the self work first. Recognize your issues. We kind of know what they are. We don't want to talk about them. A lot of people need to go sit at home and talk to their mom and their dad and just have a therapy session. Start there. I've said that in one of my other videos. If you want to stop the drama or even prevent baby mama, baby daddy drama, period. And if you have a child, It's also good so they don't grow up and repeat the same issues. You got people whose kids are now adults and they tackling the same drama with their baby mama or their baby daddy. So now you looking at your child and you seeing your situation in them. The thing is, it shouldn't have even got that far. That child is now 20 something. We still dealing with the same issues from when they were born. Now they've inherited it from their mom and their dad. So it's just something to think about in terms of this whole drama. People putting stuff online. I don't think putting it online is going to really correct anything. You know, it's one thing if you're going to really put your feelings out and try and do some self accountability, but a lot of times, and you see that, but then still too many mothers and fathers out here just throwing the other parent under the bus on their TikTok video, and then getting a lot of other people who feel the same way commenting and giving it likes and a lot of views, but nothing's getting fixed. And so you just see video after video of men and women complaining about each other, complaining about being on child support, etc. Um, I know you got baby daddies out here saying, well, my baby mama does this out of spite. She probably does, but that's because you do things out of spite too. She just doing it in spite in a different way. That's part of why you two attracted each other, because you like to do stuff out of spite to other people, and that's why you all matched up. So now the lesson is to learn how to be more logical in terms of what you're doing, and don't do things out of spite. Don't work off of emotion, because you do that, and then everything just becomes toxic and stuff starts to blow up. And so then people start looking around, looking over the shoulder, seeing how they can do better, can they attract better. You only going to attract you. So if you haven't become better, then that's what you're going to get. Just look at yourself as like a Wi-Fi signal. You turn on your cell phone, turn on the Wi-Fi, and it says available networks. Those networks for the guys, those are the ladies. Ladies, those networks, those are the men. That's what's in your range. That's what's getting picked up. That's all you're going to be able to get. I don't care how much you complain with all this drama, or you trying to do better than your baby mama, or you trying to do better than your baby daddy. If you don't better you, the way the relationship classroom works, you repeat. You get held back. So you got to repeat this grade all over again until you can pass and get the next person who you're supposed to be with. And then some people never learn the lesson. And so they just complain about there being no good women and no good men out here because they, I guess, kind of slow when it comes to relationships. So they in what I like to call relationship LD. You got a relationship learning disability as you fail to see your failures in the person that you with, that you need to work on so you can avoid future drama. This is going to continue to come down. And unfortunately, now you got a child or children involved. And so now you possibly creating a generational curse because you failed to work on yourself. You don't know where to start to fix everything that's triggering you from stuff that may have happened when you were 10, 12, 15. It's like you got emotionally stunted at a younger age, and you're still going through this at 40, 45, whatever. And so how much have you really grown if you haven't emotionally been able to go past 15, which is where your trauma started at? And then you bring that into the relationship. And so now you losing the relationship like a drug. It's like you popping it like a pill to just make you forget and numb yourself to what's going on. And you don't want to talk about it. Your whole relationship is a popped pill. So now you don't have to deal with anything or anyone. That's why you're with the person, to make you forget about yourself and what you need to work on. So many baby mamas and baby daddies out here running away from themselves, thinking that getting in a relationship or even having a baby is going to fix it. No, it's going to make it worse. A lot of you all out here shouldn't even have kids right now, let alone be in a relationship, because you still running away from yourself. But again, it's still no accident. So since you want to run away from yourself, now the universe gives you yourself back to you in the form of a relationship, but you don't think you have an issue, so you think that the problem is the other person when the problem is you. The answer is also you as well, but you can't even see your own problem, so your drama continues. And you all want to keep making posts, you want to keep putting stuff on Facebook, complaining about the opposite sex, but you haven't even leveled up your own self to even qualify to actually be dating someone. And then your kids are going to grow up and they're going to repeat the same thing. You're going to have unqualified children out here dating other underqualified children. Then you're going to bring unqualified babies into the world, and it's just going to be toxic because you are afraid of yourself. That's why relationships don't work, because when the person you with shows you who you are, you don't believe them. When they show you who you are, you don't believe them. And then so the cycle repeats itself and it continues. Have to do the shadow work. That's how this works. That's the internal work. The external is fine. That's just the getting an education and going to your job and paying some bills and taking a trip. That's the external. Uh, the internal is what's causing the problems. And the external can only cover up the internal for so long until you all just break up. And then the co-parenting becomes a struggle. And it's just even more drama. And or if you were married, you get divorced, it still all comes back to co-parenting. And it just doesn't, it just continues to create problems because people are not starting with self first. Everything begins with self. And so we really have to take a deeper look into the mirror at ourselves in terms of trying to improve, especially when you got another life that you're responsible for. Because the children are looking at what you do, not what you say, what you do. People say a lot of stuff, but it's what you do that the child is really paying attention to. And that's something that we really need to be conscious of if we want to go down the road of parenthood, just go down the road of relationships, period. Because this drama is really ridiculous. And it continues to permeate, spread, and it's just one big circle. Nothing's getting corrected, nothing's getting fixed. And so you just see more and more toxic relationships and people either saying, hey, I'm just going to be celibate, or I'm going to leave the country and find someone outside of where I live. In this case, I'm talking the United States. I want to look outside the United States. And people in other countries say they probably want to look outside of their country, but the universe is everywhere. All you're going to do is get who you are wherever you go. So it starts with you. And so we really need to break this drama. I mean, for the people that are going through it, or who have managed to master it and actually do the self work, and now they have a situation that's positive and it's a good environment as a co-parent. Uh, do you have any tips? You can put it in the comments. To help people who are going through it, people who aren't parents yet, but maybe if they decide one day, hey, how can I navigate this so I don't repeat the mistakes of generations past? Put that in the comments. Try and help out other parents or possible future parents. If you're a parent right now and you've dealt with baby mama, baby daddy drama, because at this point it's just, it's out of control. And like I said, it's no accident that you're with who you're with. It's no accident you have a baby who you have a baby with. It's all a lesson. That person is you and you are that person. Your friends are you and you are your friends. That's how this works. It's all universal. I don't know what people are looking at. Some people look at the internet and think that they're entitled to a life that being shown on there, and you are not. And remember, people are only putting their A's and their B's on the internet, which is the life that you're seeing that you want to live. No one puts their D's and their F's, just the A's and the B's. Because I've seen people post stuff on the internet that I know are going through things, and I see them hanging out, partying, but I also don't. I know what else is, I've had conversations with them. That's not on the internet. It's just their A's and their B's. But they've told me about the D's and the F's. And so don't get caught up in this life that you feel you supposed to have and this whole fairy tale based off of all you see people post on the internet, because they aren't posting um, the full spectrum of their life. They're only showing you their wins. And then for the ones that do complain, they only complaining about what the other person is doing. They don't complain about what they're doing. And that includes, mothers and fathers out here. And so it's just drama all around. The baby mama, baby daddy drama, now then affects children. So I think that's something to really focus on, because then you just raise another generation, as we're seeing with Generation Z, that starts to complain about this whole dating landscape and, how to navigate, who should pay what, who should pay for the first date, all leading up to having a child. And then the issues just get bigger because they didn't even figure out who they were before they even had a child with this person. And so then the drama continues. And I'm saying we need to start ending this drama. It makes relationships look bad. You get people out here not wanting to be in a relationship. You get people out here who don't even want to be parents. It already costs a lot of money. And then now you got the drama that comes along with it. So what do you all think? If you've mastered the drama, can you put something in the comments? Some advice to help try and curb this and get it cut down, because it's out of control. It's been out of control. But people still keep getting into relationships and having kids and having no idea what they are doing. And they don't even have a relationship. It's just you cute, I'm cute, this is fun. But let me know what you all think in the comments. I'm out to the next one. Stop the drama.